Now I sort of relax, I sort of accepted myself the way I am. But of course I wanted to have more.
For decades, the world thought it understood Audrey Hepburn. She appeared flawless, graceful, radiant, and untouchable, as if she had stepped straight out of a dream and onto the screen. Her smile felt eternal, her elegance effortless. But behind the iconic photographs and unforgettable films was a woman carrying silent pain, buried heartbreak, and secrets Hollywood never dared to reveal. The cameras never showed the loneliness. The applause never erased the scars. For years, the truth stayed hidden, wrapped in glamour and myth. Was her life truly as perfect as it looked, or was something darker carefully concealed? Now, for the first time, that silence is broken. Through the voice of her son, Sean Hepburn Ferrer, the real story emerges. Not a legend, not a fantasy, but the haunting, deeply human truth behind the woman the world thought it knew. Audrey Hepburn's story begins far from red carpets and camera flashes. She was born on May 4, 1929, in Brussels, into what appeared to be a cultured and privileged upbringing. She traveled across Europe, absorbed different languages, and moved through elegant surroundings. Yet beneath that polished surface lived a wound that never healed. When Audrey was just 6 years old, her father, Joseph Victor Anthony Rustin, walked out of her life without explanation. That sudden abandonment shattered her sense of safety and left a deep emotional scar. Years later, Audrey would describe this loss as one of the most painful experiences of her life, a wound that fame could never erase. As if emotional loss were not enough, history soon delivered a far crueler blow. By the age of 10, Audrey was living in the Netherlands when World War II swept across Europe. Under Nazi occupation, daily life became a struggle for survival. Food was scarce, fear was constant, and childhood disappeared overnight. During the devastating Dutch famine, Audrey survived on whatever she could find, including nettles, tulip bulbs, and scraps meant only to quiet the pain of hunger. The slender figure the world later admired was not shaped by fashion, but by starvation. By the end of the war, Audrey Hepburn was left dangerously underweight, her body weakened by years of hunger and fear. She later spoke of how close she came to death, haunted by the memory of children around her who never survived. Those painful years never faded from her heart. Instead, they shaped her compassion and became the driving force behind her lifelong humanitarian work with UNICEF, where she fought relentlessly for children facing the same hunger she once endured. Long before fame found her, Audrey's greatest dream was ballet. Even during wartime, she risked everything to perform secret recitals in silence, raising money for the Dutch resistance. After the war, she trained in London at the Marie Rambert Ballet School, only to be told she would never succeed. Though devastated, she never abandoned dance. Its discipline became the quiet source of the grace that later defined her on screen. Ironically, the woman celebrated as one of the most beautiful figures in film history never shared the world's view of herself. Despite her iconic image in films like Roman Holiday and Breakfast at Tiffany's, Audrey remained deeply self-critical. She focused on her flaws rather than her gifts. Over time, however, her perspective softened. She embraced aging instead of fearing it, believing that life had seasons and that growing older was simply another chapter meant for love, family, and giving back. Audrey's search for lasting love was sincere but fragile. In 1952, she became engaged to industrialist James Hansen, a romance she once described as love at first sight. Yet she soon realized that their demanding lives would keep them apart. Choosing conviction over fantasy, she ended the engagement, famously saying that when she married, she wanted to be truly married. That belief guided her choices for the rest of her life. Not long after, she met actor Mel Ferrer at a party hosted by Gregory Peck. Their connection was immediate, and they married in 1954. They worked together on screen, but as Audrey's fame soared, the balance in their marriage became complicated. In 1960, the birth of their son Sean brought her immense joy and grounded her amid the pressures of fame. Yet behind closed doors, the relationship carried unseen strains. Friends sensed a growing imbalance, and over time, disillusionment replaced hope. After 14 years, the marriage ended in 1968, leaving emotional scars that never fully faded. Still, motherhood became Audrey's anchor. Her bond with Sean gave her comfort and purpose. After her divorce, she allowed herself to hope again. While on a Mediterranean cruise, she met Italian psychiatrist Andrea Dotti, and their relationship moved quickly. They married in 1969, and Audrey dreamed of a gentler life with more children and less distance from family. The birth of their son Luca in 1970 felt like a miracle. Few knew the pain that came before that joy. Audrey endured multiple miscarriages, including a devastating loss in 1959 while filming The Unforgiven. One loss came heartbreakingly close to full term. She later admitted that these miscarriages were more painful than anything else she had experienced, even more devastating than her parents' divorce or her father's disappearance. Yet her second marriage also brought heartbreak. Andrea Dotti was frequently unfaithful, often during Audrey's time away working. The repeated betrayals slowly eroded what remained of their bond. In 1982, the marriage ended. Despite the pain, Audrey chose to remain in Italy so Luca could stay close to his father, though her son later revealed that Dotti rarely made the effort to see him. Once again, Audrey found herself raising her children largely alone, resilient and quietly enduring. After years of disappointment in love, Audrey finally found peace in 1980 when she met Dutch actor Robert Wolders. With him, she discovered a sense of calm she had never known before. They never married, but Audrey often described their relationship as her true marriage, rooted in devotion rather than legal papers. Wolders offered her stability, kindness, and freedom from expectations. As Audrey settled into this serenity, her health began to fail. After returning from a humanitarian mission to Somalia in 1992, she developed severe abdominal pain. Medical tests led her from Switzerland to Cedars-Sinai Medical Center in Los Angeles, where doctors delivered devastating news. She had a rare abdominal cancer called pseudomyxoma peritonei, which had been spreading silently for years. Despite surgery and chemotherapy, the prognosis was grim. Still, she faced it with remarkable grace. According to Robert Wolders, she was not afraid of dying, only of pain. Even in illness, her thoughts remained with the children she served through UNICEF. Audrey's final wish was simple and deeply human. She wanted to spend Christmas at home in Switzerland. Too weak for commercial travel, designer Hubert de Givenchy arranged a private jet filled with flowers to bring her home. There, surrounded by her sons, Robert Wolders, and close friends, Audrey celebrated what she later called the most beautiful Christmas of her life. On January 20th, 1993, Audrey Hepburn passed away peacefully in her sleep at the age of 63. A private but deeply moving funeral was held in Tolocenas, attended by her sons, Robert Wolders, former husbands Mel Ferrer and Andrea Dotti, and close friends including Gregory Peck and Hubert de Givenchy. Peck honored her by reading Unending Love, a fitting tribute to a woman remembered for grace and compassion. Flowers arrived from around the world, from Elizabeth Taylor to the Dutch royal family, reflecting how deeply she had touched lives. Audrey was posthumously awarded the Jean Hersholt Humanitarian Award, and her final screen appearance as an angel in Steven Spielberg's Always felt like a gentle farewell. Through Sean Hepburn Ferrer's eyes, Audrey Hepburn's legacy shines brighter than fame ever could. He reminds us that her true power was never beauty, but presence, compassion, and resilience. She was imperfect, human, and deeply kind. Her life proves that real beauty is born from endurance and giving back. If her story moved you, like, share, and subscribe so her truth continues to inspire the world. Thanks for watching.